he is a wonderfully nice boy. And then there's this very intuitive kind of gut feel you get about that's the one. With Jake, I just got that feeling.
Disney Lucasfilm have a habit of preemptively blaming fans for the failures of their Star Wars productions. This tactic is implemented in order to avoid taking accountability for their poor treatment of the property, and it really highlights their inability to take valid criticism. Disney Lucasfilm and their fans discredit any criticism by playing victim and accusing fans of treating the actors just as badly as they apparently treated the actors from the prequel trilogy. This video will disprove this fallacy. Starting with Moses Ingram, she played Reva in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show and was told before the show was even released that she would receive racist backlash from fans. She later stated that she received hundreds of racist messages, but only publicly shared a few of them, which, to be fair, were unkind and out of order, but weren't any worse than most people would receive on a daily basis online. Where were the worst of them? I do not condone this behaviour, but a few weirdos online don't speak for everyone. This was a clear distraction from the real criticisms that her character was badly written and took screen time away from Kenobi and Vader, even destroying Star Wars lore in the process. Disliking a character does not mean you hate the actor. Disney Star Wars told fans not to be racist. I guess they forgot about the time that they shrunk John Boyega's character Finn on the Force Awakens poster in China. He was a character that casual fans were intrigued by as a defected stormtrooper, although the story had already been told in real Star Wars continuity. Boyega has even called them out himself regarding the treatment of his character, saying, "What I would say to Disney is do not bring out a black character, market them to be much more important in the franchise than they are, and then have them pushed to the side." The last of the Disney-era actors who gets brought up is Kelly Marie Tran, who apparently quit social media because of online harassment. She herself has blamed Hollywood and the media for her deteriorated mental health. She seems like a nice person, but the character and movie were terrible. Again, disliking a character is not the same as hating an actor. This is no more evident as in the case of Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks. Fans are also blamed for his treatment after the release of The Phantom Menace. Only after being hired by Disney Lucasfilm has he put the blame on toxic fans, when in fact he openly stated that it was the critics and media who drove him to want to end his life. Best has also taken part in poking fun at Jar Jar over the years, providing the voice for Robot Chicken sketches. Other actors such as Liam Neeson have also corroborated that it was the critics. Another actor to call out the critics is Ewan McGregor, who even shared this information in a couple of interviews.
The reaction to them, there was no social media. We didn't hear what the audience felt. We just heard from the critics, and they had decided that it didn't make them feel like the original three had made them feel, so they sort of trounced on them.
But I think they were appreciated at the time by the generation we made them for, if you like. It's just that there was no social media then. There was no we didn't hear their voice as much as you would do nowadays. At the time, basically the reaction was driven by the critics who decided they weren't as good as the original film.
Hayden Christensen was also loved by fans at this time for his role as Anakin Skywalker, despite the criticism of his acting and dialogue.
And then do people, how do they treat you now? Out and about, how do they treat you?
You know, people enjoy the Star Wars films, and they like to, say so when they see you. It's flattering. They come up and, you're Darth Vader. That's neat. That type of thing.
Cool. Can't beat that.
Here is a great video that explains the genius of George Lucas's use of dialogue. And speaking of Anakin Skywalker, Jake Lloyd, who portrayed young Anakin, is someone that these Disney Star Wars fans like to bring up in order to imply that fans are just toxic haters. The claim is that fans bullied Lloyd as a child and drove him to quit acting and to have a hard life of mental health issues. This is provably false. Jake Lloyd has explained that his decision to retire from acting was due to bullying at school and harassment from the press. Other children teased him by making lightsaber noises. His school peers were jealous and prompted him to give up acting for good.
High school they wouldn't let it go, so you know how they can be in high school. They're so charming and intelligent. Awesome people. So, it was wonderful. College has been similar. Again, you'll never find more intelligent, charming people than the drunk students of the college world. It seems to be a universal aspect of culture, is that once you hit that age, it's whatever the whatever stands out the most must be said the most.
The fact is that although Jake stopped acting, his dream job is in editing, which he was going to school for.
I just wanted to go to school and learn something about show business before I continued working in it. I'm directing a music video right now, editing a documentary. I've got a series of projects after that. Yeah, I'm still into film, I just don't want to act.
You would want to quit acting too if you had to deal with people like this.
What was that like back in the day?
It was cool. It was red carpet experience. I'm not a big fan of cameras anymore, but it's awesome. It was fun.
Have you still got all the paraphernalia, your little figurines? Have you kept all the merchandise?
No.
You shunned it a bit?
No. I just didn't keep the merchandise.
And what about with the ladies? Do you get recognised a lot? Has it helped being the young Anakin?
I don't think pulling the Force card would be a really good idea with the ladies.
What do you use, the editing card?
Yeah, I always use the editing card.
So at school though, you must get recognised. Has it helped you in the editing thing? Or has it been a bit of a hindrance?
How do you mean?
Being the young Anakin.
That doesn't play into it at all.
So it doesn't, no one knows about it or they don't care?
That's just the social environment that you're asking about.
It was obviously a big part of your life, which is why I'm asking.
Yeah?
But it seems like you're not real happy about being asked about it.
No, I'm plenty happy being asked about it. It just seems that I'm just trying to ascertain the real meaning of your questions and make sure I give you the best interview possible. It's nice. You come for the fans. That's what you're here for, is to meet people who take you into their home and enjoy what you did, or even if they didn't, they still want to come up and ask questions and sort things out for themselves, and that's what you're here for.
Jake Lloyd was also among the only actors from the prequels who regularly took part in Comic-Cons to greet fans, and even had high praise for George Lucas.
It was an amazing experience, probably one of the most unique experiences I've encountered in my life, and it's definitely followed me and been very nurturing in its own right, and I've been very grateful to have it.
How did it feel to you, especially as being a young child, to be the one to start the whole thing rolling?
Well, I know when I was really little, I didn't really make that whole connection so much as I really liked Darth Vader, and I found out that had a connection, like that small connection, that I was young Darth Vader, as my mom described it to me, and that seemed pretty cool. So, I mean, now it's really kind of odd and very interesting to see the progression and how everyone treats it and what sort of respect or just meaning it has to the fans, and I'm glad to have taken a part of that. They really dig it, and actually that's one of the reasons why I come out here. I mean, I like seeing the adult fans and stuff, but I really like seeing the kids who, their parents are fans, they show it to the kids, they get into it, they absolutely love it, and then they come in, they're like, talk about pod racing, and they love it, and it makes me happy.
Do you remember what it was like when you first found out that you had landed that role?
Yeah, I was actually a cross between the kid who was jumping up and down and the one who was crying. So it was pretty cool, and then the whole experience, they treated me so well, and it's afforded me so many different opportunities that it was a godsend. It was great.
And working with George Lucas as a youngster must have been a really amazing experience.
He's really great with kids, and he's incredibly talented. And he's a big kid himself, and he's made a great impact on my life, and I'm really fortunate to have met him.
Jake Lloyd's mother, Lisa Lloyd, has detailed his mental health struggles, and she wanted to put the record straight about what Jake thinks about Star Wars. Note that he was aware that she was speaking on his behalf. She said people think Jake hates Star Wars, but he doesn't. Lisa was eager to dispel the common misconception that the negative reaction to The Phantom Menace drove Jake to quit acting and contributed to his mental illness. His family has a history of schizophrenia, which Jake inherited, a genetic disorder his psychiatrist said he was always going to develop. She insists that she shielded and protected Jake from the backlash. He was a little kid and didn't see any of that stuff because she didn't let him online. She acknowledges what Jake already stated, that school kids bullied him, but walking away from Hollywood had more to do with the family drama. The poor guy has literally just come out of a mental health facility, and the media is already all over him. But hey, it's the fans that harassed him. Fortunately, Jake seems to be recovering, and hopefully he is doing a lot better, and that the media will leave him alone.
I don't believe in changing or regretting or wanting to wishing that the past had changed anyways. And even if I had that option, I'd still go with it.
Let's not forget that when Disney acquired Star Wars, they actually shied away from the prequel era and treated it as if it didn't exist. J.J. Abrams even contemplated killing Jar Jar in The Force Awakens. Only now do they utilise these fan-favourite actors and characters as member berries and nostalgia bait to distract from the bad storytelling. Fans don't hate things that they are a fan of. It is possible to criticise aspects of things while still enjoying them. We live in a time where criticism equals hate. To defend Disney Star Wars is to defend a company that doesn't care about you or the things that you love. Do your research and don't spread misconceptions.